Hello and welcome there. I'm Ari Lax, and this week we have the coolest new deck from last weekend's SCG New York, and that is the Vengevine Discard Hollow One deck played by Julian Grace Martin. So we've got a bit of it's like a combo red-green aggro deck. If you actually look, you'll see the Become Immense Team Battle Rage combo that was the popular combo aggro combo from recent-ish standard. I guess that's now, what, year and a half ago or whatever. But that's not really what's going on here. Yes, you've got Become Immense in your deck, and then you can combo with Team Battle Rage and just, plus a million someone and kill them. But really what's going on here is you are a kind of graveyard deck. Not really, though. We've got this weird sort of discard card filtering synergy going on. So, pretty light on lands. There might, I don't know. We'll talk about it in a little bit, but there might be too many basics, not enough fetches. But just a lot of untapped fast mana. You've got a lot of one-drop creatures because, well, Vengevine's in your deck. So the idea of this deck is that you're going to be generating free Vengevines and free-ish hollowed ones. So in order to do that, you need to be discarding your Vengevines, and then hollowed one is going to be cheaper because you have discarded extra cards. And then you have all these one-drops to fuel the fact that your Vengevines are going to be coming back for free. You can't reliably have multiple hollowed ones, but you can have a hollowed one or all of these things, to end up getting to your 2-creature point. Worth noting, there's less Goblin Guides than Swift Spears because you do have some kind of hyper combo turns with Battle Rage and Become Immense that make Swift Spear a little more attractive. Insolent Unite, another discard outlet, and also a creature, so you're pulling double duty here. Similar to how Dredge could in the past use this with Bridge from Below. Got some Hooting Mandrills as another kind of discard payoff / one-drop creature. A card that I think has been kind of underplayed in the format, but that's mostly because Tarmogoyf and Traverse are really good cards. Then your discard enablers. So getting to play Street Wraith is a good sign your deck's on the way to being busted. Getting to play Cathartic Reunion and Faithless Looting is really nice. Faithless Looting is a pretty darn powerful magic card, and Cathartic as a backup is not horrible either. Looking at these cards, I kind of wonder if there should be a couple Simian Spirit Guides in the deck. Not a lot, but a couple. And then as your spells, you have the combo finish. We are discarding a lot of cards. We're going to be in cheap Delve range, so we do get to Become Immense. And then we have the Teamer Battle Rages to go with that. They're not the greatest in this deck, but we have some other stuff that they can, fire off on for 4-ish damage apiece. And then some Lightning Bolts as increased interaction. You do need to be able to stop other people from doing some things with this deck. 3 kind of feels like it might be one too many, just based on my experiences with past decks like this. I'd be more inclined to believe that... 4 is too many. I'm more inclined to believe that I want 2 or 3. Which may be where those Simian Spirit Guides come in later. But before I start speculating, we'll actually start playing some rounds. The sideboard is a lot of relatively high-impact stuff. Grudges, Blood Moon, beat Affinity, beat all these decks. Beat Burn. I don't know how much help you really need against Burn or not, but Feed the Clan's a pretty nice way to do it with all these creatures that, have 4 power. Some ley lines against Dredge. You're not really saying that you're going to absolutely beat Dredge, but I believe Julian did at the tournament. He did have ley line on one, which is a pretty big help one game. Extra Goblin Guide just to get in underneath the combo decks that you can't really Lightning Bolt quite as well. Damarad as the cheap, efficient, resilient threat that can grind out some of the more controlly decks. Some Destructive Revelries because people still show up with stuff like Phyrexian Unlife these days. And then a Lavamancer and some Roast to take out opposing creatures. Notably, Roast is capable of taking care of a lot of these like mid-range threats without costing you life. So like if your opponent has a Grimflayer that's a 4/4, you can roast it and then not have to lose a bunch of life so that they can clock you back with a Raging Ravine or whatever kids are doing these days. I guess Lingering Souls is more reliable. And Life Loss, by the way, I'm mentioning because the alternative is Dismember, which also does deal with X5s. So yeah, I kind of want to see how this does. It is somewhat reminiscent of the Bushwhacker red decks that were around a little while ago, but it's probably a little more resilient to Snapcaster Mage. Hollowed One is just a really cool new card that I'd like to take for a spin and see how it does. It was not very great in Standard, but with this kind of extra setup, who knows? I mean, I would like to know.